As far as traffic stuff goes, I just don't. I don't understand why the municipalities don't go for the speed cameras. They are significantly less costly than human beings. Human beings are extraordinarily expensive, especially ones that can claim to be in a hazardous line of duty. So you've got 401ks or pensions. You've got, of course, all the insurance. Now Obamacare kicked in, so there's that much more insurance that they're responsible for. You know, a gizmo on the side of the road that just clicks off license plates in the 49 states that allow license plate readers, unlike New Hampshire. They can just go ahead and give people tickets.
I'll tell you exactly why. It's because then people would obey the speed limit, and they don't want that because that would screw up the economy tragically. So, like, we have in New York, you can see on like the Long Island Expressway and at least the Northern State Parkway, there are these signs that say, this many minutes to this exit, right? And it'll tell you how many miles and how many minutes. And you'll actually see that the amount of minutes to the amount of miles actually would require you to break the speed limit, to break the law, right? And the way that they're calculating this is they're actually reading your Easy Pass. They have they have these antennas on the highway. So theoretically, like they could
I've seen those things in Florida.
Yeah, they could start sending you speeding tickets in the mail tomorrow if they wanted to, at least in New York. And they're choosing not to do that because they don't want you to obey the speed limit. What they want to do is, catch you every once in a while and have there be some uncertainty to it. Whereas, New York is notorious with the red light cameras. It's not as if they're doing this for, some privacy concern.
Right.
They're doing it specifically because they want you to break the speed limit because then you get to work and you make money and you do all the things that taxpayers do.
I had wondered that the last time I was down in Florida, we were driving down the interstate, and I'm looking, and it seemed at least 3 per mile they had these obelisks on the side of the road, and there were clearly some kind of device looking down at the
unidirectional antenna that's there to pick up your Easy Pass.
Yeah, and then I
always wondered what those things were for. They're ominous 1984 Orwellian devices.
That's why I described them as obelisks.
They should be like, I don't know. They would only be crazier looking if they were suspended from a drone. I mean, they're that weird. But if you keep an eye out for me, because you just, you're going down the road, things are up on sticks, no big deal, right? But they're weird.
Well, that's why. So I started doing a little bit of research, and I found out exactly what you were saying there, Chris, that they are using them for traffic pattern learning and, probably using them to coordinate with the police whenever. That way they'll know where the best speeding locations are to stake out.
Yep.
So when they want to do a crackdown, they know the best areas where people are more likely to speed, and that's one of the times when they'll put 10 cruisers down past a row of trees and then just start pulling people over.
This has been my contention all along with police officers, that they aren't there to keep us safe with the speed limits and that whole thing, but that in fact they're revenue enforcement agents. And if they went ahead and just gave people tickets every time they broke the speed limit, then like you say, Chris, they'd stick with the speed limit, and they'd go to their county commissioners and their state legislatures and they say these speed limits are too low. But instead, when, I get caught going over the limit, I guess it's my fault.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that it's dangerous to have a police officer pulling people over to the side of the road. Cops are killed on the road every year. We never get to hear about, who gets rammed into from being on the side of the road. How many accidents are created because flashing lights are going on and people are rubbernecking. I can tell you I've seen 2 just as a volunteer firefighter at accidents because people won't pay attention to driving and they look at what we're doing.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.